This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to Part 1. Part 1.
You will hear a conversation between the head librarian and a student who wants to do voluntary work in the children's section of the library. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 6.
Good morning. You'd like to volunteer for the children's section, is that right?
Yes, I spoke to you on the phone yesterday.
That's right. Tessa, isn't it?
Yes, Tessa Bridges.
Thank you for coming in today, Tessa. Before we discuss what a volunteer does in the library, I'll need to get some details from you.
No problem. What would you like to know?
Where do you live, Tessa?
I still live with my family in Northwood, 51 Matthew Drive.
Matthew? Matthew Drive?
Actually, there are 2 T's. Matthew.
Oh, thank you. And the postcode for Northwood is?
Oh, I'm still confused about that. It used to be 2614, which of course I still remember, but the post office has recently changed it to 4126.
So, 4126. Now, you're a university student, aren't you?
Not exactly. I go to Northwood Polytechnic. I'm in my final year.
In your final year? So what are you studying? I mean your main subject.
Oh, I'm majoring in creative writing.
And are you enjoying that?
Very much so. I love it. When I graduate, I want to write children's books.
That's great. Now, I can see why you're keen to volunteer at the library. We're always grateful for the extra help, but I still have to ask you some more questions about your previous experience.
That's fine, but I haven't had a full-time paid job yet.
Not to worry. Part-time work or voluntary work gives you the experience most employers are looking for.
Well, to start with, when I was 16, I had a babysitting job.
And who did you work for?
Oh, just family friends.
How long did you babysit for family friends?
Oh, about 2 years, on and off.
After those 2 years were up, what did you do then?
Well, I was still working as a babysitter on the occasional evening and weekend when I became a peer tutor at school. I did that for 1 year, my last year at senior high.
And what does being a peer tutor involve?
Mostly, it means staying behind after school 1 or 2 afternoons a week to help fellow students in the subject that they're having difficulty with.
And what subject did you tutor in?
English, actually.
I see. Do you have any other experience?
I worked at the Ace Sports Academy as a tennis coach, but that was only for about 12 weeks over the summer before I enrolled at the Polytechnic.
So you're good at sports?
Not everything, just tennis.
And are you currently working?
Yes, well, unpaid work, that is. I'm a volunteer at the local hospital, where I visit sick children who would otherwise not have any visitors.
Well, it certainly seems as if you like children.
Yes, I do.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 7 to 10. Now, listen and answer questions 7 to 10.
Well, Tessa, what I need to know now is what your schedule is like, so that we can fit you into the roster here. Can I assume that you're not able to work Monday to Friday during office hours?
Right. I'm very busy with lectures, workshops and assignments during the week.
How about weeknights? Say 5 to 7 in the evening. That's a very busy time in the children's section.
Well, I couldn't commit to more than 3 evenings a week, and even then it would depend on my schedule.
Yes, I understand. If possible, we could make arrangements a week in advance. Would that help?
Yes, that might work.
Are weekends okay?
Well, Sundays are out. Actually, only every other Sunday, because that's when I'm usually needed at the hospital. But I'm free on Saturday afternoons.
All right. We could roster you for the odd weekend then. What about school holidays?
Definitely. No problem whatsoever. I don't have any other commitments during the holidays.
That's good to hear. We have droves of children here in the holidays, as you can imagine. Thank you. Well, Tessa, we'll send you a letter of appointment in the mail, and we look forward to having you join us as a volunteer.
Thanks very much.
Now, as for your duties,